Various spacecraft like rovers, landers, orbiters, and flybys have been launched into space to look for life and learn more about the planet's surface and evolution. The purpose of the rovers is to prepare for future human explorations. In this video, we'll be talking about the rovers that touched the surface of Mars. Who dispatched the rovers and how many of them arrived on Mars? Let's explore. Mars rovers are motor vehicles designed to travel on the surface of Mars. Rovers have a slight edge over stationary landers as they can cover more land and collect samples. They're equipped with sensors that help them to place themselves in a sunny position in winter. As of 2022, there have been 6 successfully operated Mars rovers. The NASA Jet Propulsion Laboratory is in charge of the first 5. They were Sojourner, introduced in 1997, Opportunity, operational from 2004 to 2018, Spirit, operational from 2004 to 2010, Curiosity, operational from 2012 to today, and Perseverance, operational from 2021 to today. Finding evidence of habitability, taphonomy, evidence connected to fossils, and carbon is NASA's main goal. On January 24, 2016, the Curiosity and Opportunity rovers of NASA discovered evidence of the biosphere as well as clues of ancient life on the planet. These discoveries are regarded as the rover's greatest successes. China's Zhurong, which was launched in 2021, is the 6th successful Mars rover that is now in use. Let's discuss all 6 of them, one by one. Let's start by going over the 3 active Mars rovers. The first one on the list is Curiosity, a car-sized rover designed to explore the Gale crater on Mars. Gale Crater is a dry lake located in the northwestern part of the planet. Curiosity was launched in 2011 as part of the Mars Science Laboratory mission. It landed inside the Gale Crater on August 6, 2012. It was the 4th robotic mission NASA had sent to Mars since 1996. The objective of the mission was to study the geology and environment of Mars. The mission's secondary goal was to evaluate the crater's environmental parameters and determine whether they are suitable for microbial life. Investigating the chemical, isotropic, and mineralogical makeup of the Martian surface was one of the mission's geology and geochemical goals. The 2-year mission of Curiosity was extended indefinitely in December 2012. NASA commemorated the mission's 5th anniversary in August 2017. The Curiosity rover is currently parked in front of the delicately stratified rock that is covered in tiny nodules. The team is committed to examining the fine-scale texture and composition of the rock using all available techniques. The mission provided crucial information about the Martian surface over the past 10 years. 2018 saw the return of images and crystals that may have grown from ancient Martian lakes. According to studies, the salts that were left over after the water evaporated are what caused the crystals to form. Perseverance is the 2nd rover on the list. Perseverance is also a car-sized Mars rover. It was designed to explore the Jezero crater on Mars as part of NASA's Mars 2020 mission. The rover was launched on July 30, 2020 and successfully landed on Mars on February 18, 2021. Perseverance has been active on Mars for almost 593 days. Perseverance is the successor of the Curiosity rover, and it's quite similar to Curiosity in design. It's equipped with 19 cameras, 2 microphones, and 7 primary payloads. Additionally, on April 19, 2021, the rover made history by performing the first powered flight on an alien planet by bringing a miniature helicopter Ingenuity to Mars. The rover's goal is to explore ancient Martian environments and detect whether it's capable of supporting life. Perseverance is tasked to collect rock and soil samples, test oxygen production from the Martian atmosphere, and serve as a base for future crewed missions. The most recent research from September found a wet history and is providing NASA and ESA with samples that look good for returning to Earth from Mars. The rover is getting closer to vying for its first set of Martian goals. Let's see what fresh information it will present. The 3rd active rover on the list is Zhurong. The Chinese rover was launched with the Tianwen-1 CNSA Mars mission on July 23, 2020. Zhurong was the first Chinese rover to land on another planet. The rover entered the Martian orbit on February 10, 2021. The mission's objective was to study the topography and geology of the local Mars areas, examine ice and soil content, and survey the rocks and minerals. After talking about the 3 operational Mars rovers, let's talk about the inactive ones. The first one on the list of inactive rovers is Mars 3 Propham rover. It landed successfully on Mars on December 2, 1971. Mars 3 was a robotic space probe of the Soviet Mars program. After the Mars 2 landers crashed on the surface of Mars, Mars 3 became the first rover to attain a soft landing. The rover was tethered to the Mars 3 orbiter. It lost communication about 14.5 seconds after the landing. The loss of communication is attributed to the Martian dust storm. Sojourner, the second inactive rover, touched down on the planet's surface on July 4, 1997. During its operation on Mars, it ran successfully for 95 days. It made history as the first rover to travel to a planet other than Earth. It was a component of the Mars Pathfinder mission. It was a test vehicle whose primary objective was to evaluate the Martian environment. The purpose of the Mars Pathfinder was to test a low-cost approach to sending a suite of scientific instruments to Mars. The mission used an inventive airbag landing mechanism to land Sojourner, which was later adapted to land other rovers. During a mission that was supposed to last just 7 days, Sojourner instead spent 83 days photographing and measuring the Martian environment. Sojourner only covered a distance of 100 meters when communication was lost. The Sojourner mission finally ended on March 10, 1998. The next one on the list of inactive rovers is Spirit, also known as Mir-A. It remained active from 2004 to 2010. Spirit was one of the 2 Mars rovers of NASA's Mars Exploration Rover missions. Spirit landed successfully within the impact crater Gusev on Mars 3 weeks before its twin rover Opportunity landed on the Martian surface. These 2 rovers landed on opposite sides of the planet. In late 2009, Spirit got stuck in a sand trap at an angle that hampered the charging mechanism of its battery. The last communication of Spirit with Earth was on March 22, 2010. Spirit only traveled a distance of 7.73 kilometers instead of the planned 600 meters, allowing a more comprehensive geological analysis of Martian rocks and the planet's surface. The rover also investigated the local terrain forming and chemical influencing geological processes. Opportunity rover, known as Mir-B, comes next. It was operational from 2004 to 2018. Opportunity landed in Meridiani Planum on January 25, 2004. The careful design and operation of the rover allowed it to remain operational for 57 times its designed lifespan. The rover traveled a distance of approximately 45.16 kilometers. The achievements of the mission include finding meteorites such as heat shield rock. It studied and explored the Victoria crater. In 2011, the rover made it through a violent dust storm and arrived at the Endeavour crater, the rover's second landing pad. The Opportunity mission was considered one of the most successful rover missions on Mars. Due to a severe planetary storm on Mars, Opportunity ceased communication on June 10 and entered hibernation on June 12, 2018. It was expected to become operational again once the weather cleared, but it didn't. The spacecraft failed to respond to 1,000 signals sent since August 2018. As a result, on February 13, 2019, NASA formally declared the Opportunity mission to be over. As we've already covered both active and inactive rovers that successfully landed on Mars, let's have a peek at some upcoming projects. The Rosalind Franklin ExoMars rover, a joint European-Russian mission, was officially declared technically launch-ready in March 2022. But Roscosmos has put the project on hold because of an ongoing conflict. ISRO has proposed a Mars rover as part of MOM-3, its third Mars mission planned to be launched in 2030. Similarly, NASA is working on 4 primary goals in its Mars exploration program. These goals are determining the presence of life on Mars, characterizing its climate and geology, and preparing for future human exploration of Mars. The aspiration to land on Mars and study its surface started in the 1960s as humans set out to discover what the red planet holds for us. Now, NASA is aspiring to establish the first human presence on Mars in the 2030s. How long will it take to turn this dream into a reality? Only time will tell.